YouTube. This is bezlyn508 here. Uh, just thought since the Kindle review, unboxing review is doing so well in the views, do another sort of quick review on another, I'd say up-to-date product, but it's been on the market for quite a while. The product itself is the Nikon Coolpix S3100. Now, the camera itself feels really well made. The back, not so much, but the front is just, solid as a brick, man. It's made out of some sort of, I don't know, maybe aluminium alloy or something. And the camera lens itself, my old camera, the camera lens stuck out about half an inch for the front of the camera when it was off. And it was still a zoom lens on my old camera. On this camera though, it just, really tiny bumps, you can barely see it. And on the other side it's a bit bigger, but it's because the lens is flat and the front of the camera is curved. But yeah, it's a really good camera for the price. I mean, I got the red one. I was gonna get like the orange one or the purple one or something, but yeah, I just my phone. But this one, for some completely strange and odd reason, was actually cheaper than all the other ones. This camera itself was, I think, a little under 100 quid. I'm not sure what that is in dollars for all you people watching in America, if there's any. In other countries, I have no idea. But oh yeah, and shout out to all my viewers in America and Germany and whatever. Loving it, man. And well, the camera, like I said, it feels really well made, and the screen on the back is absolutely huge compared to my old one. The old one's probably only half the size. It's absolutely huge on this thing. But it's not huge compared to some cameras, but huge for the price, man. 100 quid for a camera this good. It's bargain I don't pass. I mean, I was looking for a new camera anyway, because the one I had before was the Fujifilm Finepix AV120. For those of you who have had that camera will know the battery life is diabolical. It's immensely diabolical. It's just horrendous, man. I put, in my old camera, I put 2 Duracell AA batteries in it. 3 pictures, done. Rechargeable ones, even worse. I've got about 2 pictures. And bloody things took about 10 hours to charge. So I decided, stuff it, I'm gonna buy a new camera. So I heard a lot of good things about the. Well, I actually heard that much about it, but I'd seen all the adverts. So, it's apparently it must be a really popular camera, and so I thought I'd go for it. Not being a sheep or anything, not going with the crowds. Just thought, generally it does look like a good camera for the price. Got to have it. Like, I was kind of more looking for one that wasn't like high lens quality or high megapixels or anything. I was more looking for one that had a rechargeable battery. Because battery life for me on my old camera was a real big problem. Now, I'm not exactly, well into, like, huge photography. I'm not a huge photographer or anything. Occasionally I see a good thing and if I could take a snapshot. And, sorry about that. Switch the camera on. You see the lens is actually pretty big on this thing. I mean, for a 100 quid camera, or well, something of the sort. I think the more expensive ones are about 115 or something. I bought it from Amazon, by the way. For those of you thinking, oh, I paid way too much for that, should have went when I went. I went to Amazon, Amazon.co.uk to be exact. The lens is pretty big, and you can see it's got all these shiny chrome bits all over it. And the only problem I can really see with it is the zoom. Most people would think, oh yeah, I'll zoom by pressing the up and down keys on the thing and whatever. Or there should be like 2 buttons on, like, up here. Wrong. Shutter release. It's in front of the shutter release. It's around the shutter release, more like. You zoom in, you go right, your left or whatever. Left, zoom out. And, It switches on really fast. And watch. That's it off. That's it on. It takes a bit longer on the webcam, but you know, literally second and a half, maybe 2 seconds that it's on. Take pictures. But there's only one real problem I find with it is it's not actually that fast. And some completely weird thing I found about it is that it seems to be a lot slower when auto flash is off. You know, I'll be like taking like pictures all day with auto flash on and that, and like I'll be like, oh yeah, get that, and like, oh crap, I'll switch flash off, and then like, put suppressed flash on, and I'll be like, no, it's taking forever. Excuse me. And I'll take like, sorry, a good probably 3 seconds to take photos sometimes with the auto flash off on suppressed flash, which kind of doesn't make sense to me because it's got to process more data and output and input more information from the flash because of the flash in that. And the flash on this thing is absolutely amazing for the price. I mean, if you want a decent camera at a decent price, there's no competition, man. Go for Nikon S3100, Coolpix S3100 and there's so many things you can do with it. I mean, it's got like, I think it's got like 21 scene modes or something. And it's got like a auto scene recognition sort of do everything mode that you can just put it on that, it'll recognise what scene it's on, it'll it's got face tracking, it's got HD video, not full HD, just 720p HD video. It's a 14 megapixel Nikon lens, 5 times wide optical zoom. As you can see, I probably don't use it that much. It's a really good camera though. Yeah, and it's got I've got an 8 gig memory card in this thing, I believe. Hold on, I'll just check that. Yeah, I've got an 8 gig SanDisk memory card in this thing, and pardon me, I'm using it on 10 megapixels, and I've taken quite a few HD videos on this thing. I only ever do HD video on this. I've got 10 megapixels on the photo. I can go up to 14, and it's got tons and tons of modes. Oh crap, wrong button. Yeah, you can tell I don't use this very much. I mean, oh, Scheiße. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. I mean, it's got. The funny thing is, 10 megapixels at the bottom. It's got 14, 8, 5, 3, 1024 by 768. It's just PC, VGA, and 10 megapixel modes for the quality. And then it's. Shite. It's got the white balance. It's got continuous, got ISO sensitivity, color options, autofocus mode, all sorts. Then it's got the movie options, HD 720. It's got VGA, QVGA, autofocus, wind reduction for the microphone. It's got tons of settings. Welcome screen, time zone and date. Monitor settings, everything. It's got tons of stuff to do on it. Where is it? There's an option. Freaking bit. If you press, there's a button on the back. I mean, you won't see it on the webcam, but it's got a picture of a camera, the scene in black and white writing about it. You press that, and you've got auto mode, which is like the do everything mode. You've got panorama assist, which you can set that to different ones. I've just got it on panorama assist because I never actually use different modes. I just like set it to auto mode. Yeah, it's got scene auto selector, portrait, landscape, sports, night portrait, party indoor, beach, snow, sunset, dusk, dawn, nights, sorry, sorry, night landscape, close up, food. Why the hell do you need that? But never mind. Museum, fireworks show. That could be really useful on bonfire night and New Year's Day. Yeah, sorry, New Year's Day 12-ish. Yeah, if you're in London, of course. Yeah, you don't really see much of that up here unless the folk around the back decide to go and get fireworks going. It's got the black and white copy, which basically means you can put it on a tripod or just hold it, take pictures of the documents, and use it technically as a scanner. Which, if you've got a printer like mine and it's completely useless and has no ink, takes an age to start up, and I don't actually have the drivers, you kind of need a camera to do it, or just get a scanner. I've got a scanner as well. Never mind. That's irrelevant. And it's got backlighting. Never used that mode. I've used a couple of the different modes, but only a few. I think I've used the panorama assist, but it didn't really do anything. It's not got like the Panasonic sweep panorama or anything. It's just like you take a photo, line up, take a photo, line up, take a photo, just standard panorama crap. Then it's got pet portrait. That could be quite useful if you're doing like starting up a business for pet products, or like the likes of a weekly pet magazine or quarterly or whatever, or something of the sort. It's also got two other modes. There's smart portrait and there is subject tracking. Now from the names, obviously that'll be a smart portrait, so it'll be a portrait, obviously, of someone. And then subject tracking, that basically means the face tracking features are permanently on, looking for people to track, obviously. And it's just auto mode as well. I don't know if I've said that though. And the HD video is actually really, really high quality. Obviously, you'd think that because it's HD. But yeah, it is really high quality, and the pictures are amazing quality. I mean, they can be a bit sort of blotchy and naff at times, but generally the photos are amazing from this thing, especially for the price I paid. 100 quid, I mean, come on. It's a fair bargain, isn't it? Face tracking's working, it's getting me on the computer. Now it's got it's got the self timer, shit, I don't know. It's got the Marco mode, it's got Marcos there. I don't know what the hell they are, but never mind. It's got the exposure compensation. This is just on the D-pad. Left is the sorry, left is the timer, down is Marco, right is for the exposure compensation. Shit, have I got that right down? Oh, no freaking wonder it's so dark. I'm alright, diddy, haven't I? Then up obviously is your flash. Well, maybe not obviously, but on the flash you've got auto. Oh shit, what's that? The auto, red eye reduction, I believe, and you've got suppressed flash, permanent flash, and what on earth is that? Shite. Yeah, it's just it's got a picture of a guy with a star with a lightning bolt next to him. Obviously, it's probably some sort of face tracking flash feature. I only use the auto flash and suppressed flash usually. I know I've not explored my camera. I've had it for months and I've never explored it this much. And well, viewing photos. I mean, you view photos, you can actually zoom in with. Oh shit! What happened? Look, camera's up there. No, you just you zoom in and shit, there you go. You can zoom in and move around and all sorts, just from right inside the camera. The other problem is when you're viewing photos, it can be a bit annoying when either you drop the camera or you just nearly drop the camera and you press the shutter release, because that's what takes it off the viewfinder view mode. And to get in view mode, basically all you do is press basically the play button. Come out of it. The power button can be a bit annoying sometimes. That's when it's harder to switch on sometimes than other cameras. I mean, my old camera is a complete pain in the ass to switch on. But this camera, I find it really easy to switch on. But some people with bigger fingers, I mean, they could find it really hard to switch on. And well, I actually find it hard to switch on sometimes. I mean, if I'm in a rush, oh, I've got to get that snap. Shit, I missed it. Yeah, that sort of thing. And it's I'll be total recently, fucking come on, you prick, fucking, oh shite, I missed the train. That sort of shit. And Pardon me, excuse me. Oh, switching off. It's a doddle. Press the button, lens goes in, job done. Charging is really easy as well. I mean, like, all you do, there's a little flap on the bottom. It can be a little fiddly to get off sometimes, and usually it's better if you have longer nails, like I do. Yeah, girly. Yeah, fuck off. You know, it's just one port for everything. You know, your AV, your power, all that sort of stuff. I mean, you get the AV cables and the power cable and the charger, UK charger adapter. I don't know about US or anything, but they're actually being outside the country, so I wouldn't know. And then you got, I believe you've got twin microphones, or I think the one on the front is the microphone, and the one on the bottom obviously probably would be the speaker. It's kind of odd sometimes though, because I'll be sitting like this with my finger over the one on the front when I'm listening to something that I don't actually know what the hell it is, and I'll be like, what the hell? That's on the front? What? That's weird. Because whenever I do that, it seems to muffle the noise, and when I put my finger over the one on the bottom, it doesn't do jack shiz. And then you've got your, your tripod, monopod, whatever pod stand, and then the other side, battery and memory card. Get the battery out. Really simple lithium-ion battery. You just slot it in, leave it in. You don't have to take it out unless you want to keep it in the case when you're not using the camera or anything. And then memory card, simple, pop out. Put it in your laptop or your flash drive or doohickey or whatever. Pop it back in the camera. One of the cool things I found out about this camera is you can actually take the memory card out without fully opening this drawer. Watch. You do that, memory card comes out, the drawer's not actually open. You do that, the drawer opens. You don't actually have to fully open it, you can close it again. It's good for quick getaways with memory cards, if you're that sort of person. But let's not go into that. But overall, it's a really, really good camera for the price. 100 quid. I think it's cheaper now. I think it's like 79, 90, something like that. I'm sure it's cheaper now, but check on Amazon if you want one. They're really good cameras. I would recommend them to anyone that's looking for a budget camera that's really good. I mean, if you're thinking of budget cameras, you just want a camera so you can take snapshots, put them on your computer, and put them on Facebook. Buy a Vivitar for God's sake. If you want a decent camera for a decent price, get this. No questions asked. No competition. This thing is the beast of cheap quality cameras. You're not going to get a camera better than this for that price. I sure as hell couldn't find one. And I was looking on Amazon. You find everything on Amazon. I even looked on eBay. Nothing. Only one that I could find with the features I wanted at the price I could pay for it. Winner. Anyway, I'm bezlyn508. This has been meant to be a quick review, but it's freaking 18 minutes long. Longer than my freaking Amazon Kindle unboxing and review. Anyway, this has been a review of the Nikon Coolpix S3100. Recommend it to anyone. Go and buy it if you want a cheap, decent camera. bezlyn508, clocking out. Peace out, homeboys.